Welcome to the race by race preview for Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Guess who's back? Lally's back. Back again. Tell a friend. Paul Lally here with all of the selections for the meeting. We're on the A course and get underway at 6:40 with a Class 5. King Invincible, one start over this trip 2 starts ago, and he ran second behind Modest Gentleman. Plentiful is first up since last July. He's had 7 trials. Phyllis and Gallant Goody both on class drops. Super Elites now with David Hall. Cheek pieces off, blinkers and the crossover noseband goes on. Good View Glory wears blinkers for the first time. And right down the bottom, Easy 2 has the visor going back on. So flying 1,000 metres here, Paul, and Multimore and Happy Tango blessed with abundant pace.
Yeah, they both like to lead. Phyllis likes to lead as well, but I think he's more likely to take a trail there from barrier 4. King Invincible, now he's been declared a roarer in the past, but has got a bit of early toe. Plentiful might just do a little bit tough from his wide draw. August Moon likewise, but the way there's going to be really good pace in this race, I think every horse will get their opportunity.
We do start with King Invincible in our first replay. Now, this is 2 starts ago for him back at Happy Valley, where he leads up. August Moon, he ends up running 3rd in this race. Multimore disappointing down there on the inside. August Moon has since run 8th over the 1,200 metres. You taking any of these 3, Paul?
No, I'm not. The thing with the King Invincible is probably the one that I would, but just with that roaring record and having to carry 135, that concerns me a little bit. August Moon ran well in this race and he's more than capable, but again, an awkward draw just looks a bit tricky for him.
It didn't take long to shoot the replay down. Same to you as the last run reminder on Racing to Win, so surely he is in.
He's on top, yeah. Look, I just think he's going to get the race run to suit. He drew barrier 11 here. He moves out to barrier 12. With all his pace in the race, I think it's going to really suit a horse that can finish over the top. Now, this race wasn't run very quickly. It was sort of slow sectionals, particularly the first 800 metres of the 1,200 metre contest, and he still finished off really strongly. So I think he's a good chance. There you go.
There you go, that's good to hear. What about Plentiful coming back to the track for the first time in a long time? This is the last of the 7 trials on the All Weather, and he leads all of the way. It's Luke Ferraris on board for Pierrong.
Yeah, look, he just, with that pace underneath him, I think the key to the race with him, you'll know your fate within the first couple of 100 metres, whether he can get across or not. Now, if he can get across, then he's definitely going to be get his opportunity. He did finish off this race nicely, and as you say, haven't missed him in the trials. He's had 7 of them.
He has indeed. So that's a breakdown of the replays for the first. King Invincible, August Moon, Multimore and not in. You're rather non-committal on Plentiful. Did he make it?
No. So I'm going to go, I was being nice there with him, but no, he could easily get across, and it just worries me if he'll get across or not. I'm going to go with same to you. I actually have got Multimore in. I was just teasing you. He's in there for second. I think he's going to be in the right place, right on the post. Phyllis should get the nice trail, and Happy Tango on the speed as well. 6, 9, 3 and 5. There you go, we're back.
We're back indeed. Race 1, number 6. Same to you for Paul to kick off Wednesday night with a victory. One extreme to the other. 1,000 metres the first, 2,200 metres for race number 2, the Titan Gap Handicap, and it's a Class 4 Intrepid winner, Billionaire Secret, both on the class drop. Serangoon has another wide draw. Reach Goal has his second start for Jamie Richards. A couple of excuses for a start for the new stable and has trialled well since. Super Hong Kong's now with Dennis Ship. Tongue Tie is removed. Legion of Merit's a last start winner, carries an extra £4. And Running Boy has improved at his last 2 over the 1650 extra distance in the second race. Romantic Fantasy Paulie won over 2,200 metres on the 7th of February when he led pretty much all of the way.
He did. Look, he looks like the likely leader. Now, the other one that could lead is Legion of Merit. He led all the way last start, and that was totally against his normal racing pattern, but it worked. So they might try that again. So either one of those 2, I think, is the likely leader. Running Boy's drawn wide, but I think he can get across because the rest of the field don't really like to lead. But I think you'll see either the grey Legion of Merit or Romantic Fantasy in front.
Might get a clue on that right now because Nick spoke to the rider of Legion of Merit, Ben Thompson.
Ben, Legion of Merit, he's a horse you must be looking forward to riding again. That win last time out off the front was a pretty impressive one.
Yeah, it was fantastic, Nick. He really enjoyed himself. Wet conditions done him no harm. And for a horse that's never won leading, he put it this way, he really enjoyed himself. So barrier 7 tomorrow night, stays in class 4, carries a little bit more weight, but he's a winner at Happy Valley over the course and trip, and off his track work leading into today with a little space between runs, it's definitely done him no ill effects.
Yeah, it's sort of answered my next question, really, in the sense that obviously he has won around here, and going from the front last time just gives you a few more strings to the bow, doesn't it, really?
Absolutely, yeah, exactly that. It's he's won sitting back. His first win at Happy Valley actually made a mid-race move and really showed his good staying ability. So he's a very versatile horse. Obviously, just have to ride him to whatever best, I guess you could ever say, what's just suiting him on the night and the race complexion. But I won't be complaining if we end up in front again.
I had a look at his track work, Ben, recently. He's for an older horse, he's certainly holding on to plenty of form and plenty of zest, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. He felt really well on Saturday when he last galloped, and during the week before that. So, as obviously his last win on a good yielding surface here on Champions Day, he really showed a good turn of foot in testing ground, and the tracks, just due to weather, which is out of everyone's control, have been testing in their own right. It's done him no harm. He doesn't mind getting his feet wet, so should find similar conditions tomorrow night at the Valley, and hopefully can make it 2 in a row.
Yeah, he looks a decent chance for you. Good to get another winner on the board with Lost Child there in the last on another group race day. That was a decent performance from him, really.
It was. He'd been racing so consistently, so it was a well-deserved win for Michael Chang, his team, and Connections. So 2/3 behind good company in Class 3, and yeah, he was a really good run. He travelled nice, 3 pairs back. I sort of had the favourite on our outside, looking to follow, but he was going so well he was able to come up its inside and kick away. So great win. Hopefully does his confidence the world of good.
Just finally, I mean, I don't want to beat the drum about how tough it is here because we all know that, but do you feel now that there's a little bit of traction towards the end of the season, and I guess that will stand you in great stead if you can just boot in those few more winners before the season's out? Yeah,
I hope so. Obviously, I never take anything for granted. It's no winners come easy anyway, let alone anywhere, should I say, let alone here in the toughest and most competitive racing jurisdiction in the world. So it's honestly it's been the best experience of my career being here. Loving my time here. It's more so just settled in well now, like naturally. Been here 3.5 months and getting good support and found a routine. So hopefully things just keep getting better.
Sounds keen to go home. There's Ben Thompson back of that interview. We move on, Paul, to a race over 2,200 metres with Reach Goal running second. Romantic Fantasy fades. Sharp and Bright's got a good record at limited goes at the trip, and Precise Express makes ground for 4th.
Yeah, he hit the line well, didn't he? Look, Sharp and Bright definitely goes in. He's drawn nicely in barrier number 2. He should get a nice soft run, sort of 3 back on the inside, so he'll get his opportunity. Reach Goal was right on the cusp for me. He didn't quite make it in, but you wouldn't be surprised if he ran well. And Romantic Fantasy, look, I just dropped down a little bit, just worried me a bit about him. But yeah, Sharp and Bright definitely goes in.
Intrepid Winner is on the class drop. He's never raced in this grade before, but he has won over the 2,200 metres. It was a little while ago, but he's 1 for 1 at the trip. Here he is, running 5th last time over 1,800 behind a smart Flamingo Trillion. Yeah,
going to put him in. Look, this is a lot easier than the Flamingo Trillions race for sure, and he finished off nicely enough. 2,200, he's a real star. Son of Fastnet Rock, this horse out of a High Chaparral mare, so the further the better for him, and as you say, by his stats, 1 for 1 tells the story.
Speaking of one, Billionaire's Secret is drawn barrier number 1. This is 1,800 metres for him. He is yet to race over 2,200 metres. Can he get it, and will he be in the finish? Now he's back down in class 4.
I think this is his opportunity because he's drawn nicely in barrier 1. You can see he got no room all the way down the straight. Very unlucky in this contest. Now he's 3-zip at Happy Valley, but that's over shorter distances. So coming up to the 2,200 metres, I just really like the way he stretched out and finished off this race. 22 looks really ideal for him. Like he lost all that momentum, and he was up against Holy Lake there, who's in great form. This is again a lot easier.
So is he the one to beat?
Yeah, I'm going to put him on top. I think he's got to overcome that Happy Valley record, but there's a couple of things suggest he can. Sharp and Bright. Chateau Le Piche, now he's another horse that looks a real out-and-out star. Should be a bit of a price. And Intrepid Winner. 2, 6, 10 and 1.
It's a win for Zach Purton and Pierre Ong in race number 2 at Happy Valley on Wednesday night for Paul. Preview time for race number 3 at Happy Valley. Distance of this race is 1,200 metres. It is a Class 4. One for All's a 3-time course and distance winner. Ace Power last start winner carries an extra £8 for it. Packing Power makes his race debut. He's had 5 trials. Divine Shining's now with Casper Founds. One-Eyed Blinker has been removed. Speedy Smarty placed this trip 2 starts ago. Give Me 5 goes from gate 1 out to gate 11, and Dan Attack has the cheek pieces coming off. Who leads here, Paul? One for All from barrier number 9.
I think he'll just scoot across. He was a really strong leader in previous stables. He's now with Mark Newnham, and Mark has pushed his horses forward in a lot of his races recently. So I think he'll go forward and lead. Divine Shining should get a nice run there. He's now with Casper Founds. Give Me 5 can come across. Now, Packing Power's led in a couple of trials. He's a first starter. Has been a slow away in a couple. So, look, I've gone one each way there and put him in sort of a nice position because he has shown good speed when he does miss those start. Draco had no luck last time. He was wide all the way. Ace Power. Now, Double Bingo, his best race was his debut run when he went back to last and stormed home late. They went forward in the last couple of races. Didn't really work, and he's drawn wide. So I think they'll go back again.
We have winning form to kick off the replays. It's Ace Power last time at Happy Valley. He was 11-1 in this race, and this was just his 3rd career start. He'd run a 9th and a 7th leading up to it. Dan Attack ends up running 10th in this race. No cheek pieces for him. He's a horse that was in reasonably good form and then plateaued a bit in the last 1 or 2 starts.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure about him, Dan Attack, at this stage. But look, it was a nice win from this horse. This is only his 3rd start here in Hong Kong, and he finished off really nicely. He's got a barrier 10. He drew 4 here and had the perfect run. So that's just a little query I had.
Second replay is Give Me 5. His best performance since arriving in Hong Kong has been this one when 3rd, but he did track through on the rail this day. Side Hero runs 5th. Now, this was first up since January for Side Hero. He's got quite a good second up record. Yes,
I've included him on the back of that record. I think he's going to run well, Side Hero. Give Me 5, barrier 11 was just a little concern for him. But I do like the way Side Hero finished off here. As you say, he'll strip fitter for this run, and the second up record's good, so he goes in.
Well, Hewitson for David Hayes on Side Hero. Speedy Smarty more often than not lately has been on the all-weather, but he did run 3rd behind a co-partner Prance, beaten not too far. He was only beaten 3 lengths, and co-partner Prance has been winning everywhere lately.
He has, hasn't he? And he's going to try and win at Shah 10 on the weekend. Look, a really nice run from this horse. He can put in a couple of good ones. He can put in a couple of bad ones as well. He's coming off an all-weather campaign, drawn a little bit awkwardly in 7. Look, he was right on the cusp for me. He didn't quite make it into the end, but I have got a bit of time for this horse.
And off to the trials now, Packing Power. This is his last trial. That's Prime Mortar, who came out on the back of this trial and, of course, won. He has failed since Prime Mortar. He's had a look around Happy Valley too. He won a trial there at the one before this one. Yeah, so he knows his way around. He's been a little bit slow out in a couple, but has shown really good speed after that. The horse looks really well primed. He's had 5 trials. He's 11.39. pounds. He's a son of Toronado. From barrier 5 of Zach Purton aboard, I think he could have a winning debut. It's never easy to win on debut, but he's looked good. So it's the race 3, number 4. Who's in for 2nd, 3rd and 4th? Yeah, he's on top. Number 4, we'll put him in there, which is Packing Power from Side Hero with that really good second up record. Look, Draco had excuses last time. He should be one at a bit of odds. He was 3 wide all the way. So I think he can slot in. Well, he's got barrier 3, so he should get a lot better run. And One for All, if he gets to the front, will be there for a long period of the race. 4, 5, 7 and 1. That is their preview for race number 3, and it's a winning debut in the first leg of the treble for Packing Power. Race number 40, there's some speed in this universe. The one horse likes to go forward. California Sybil has his 2nd run in Class 4. The Great Master goes forward. Smashing Express has his debut on the back of 7 trials. Ernest Feeling raced wide last time, so Treasure's showing pace. Sea Sapphire's showing pace. Cosmic Navigator has placed 2 from his efforts over course and distance. And Lapras won his best race last time, running 3rd behind Prime Mortar. Sea Sapphire wins the lead battle here, Paul. Look, he's an out-and-out leader, and he's got Alice Wong aboard, so there's definitely intent there.
to lead. Cosmo Navigator's gone forward in his races, So Treasure. Now, E-Universe is the query. He's got to carry 135, and he's only a little chap, E-Universe, so I wonder if they'll just try and take some cover with him. He's gone back in some of his races. I don't think he'll want to get into a speed battle with that big weight. The Great Master, another one that likes to come across, and he's drawn wide. So I think every horse is going to get their opportunity with all this pace in the race.
Here is a Universe in the first replay, carrying 135 pounds. He leads for home here, Paul, but he knocks up rather quickly down the straight to finish 11th. Lapras much better, and Fairy Horse has been making ground the last couple of starts too.
Yeah, I made Fairy Horse the long shot this night, and he finished off the race really strongly. I thought so. Look, he's definitely a chance. I'm going to stick with him coming out of this particular race. But this is, see what I was talking about, E-Universe? He dropped out really quickly. He won't want to get into a speed battle. So of the on-pace horses, I think he's probably the most likely to take a trail.
Our second replay is So Treasure, who has been improving. He won a good trial, 1 or 2 back, did So Treasure, and he's brought it to the races with that 4th 2 starts ago, and then this second behind New Power, and he's in good form. California Sybil slides through to 3rd on the fence in the orange.
I'm going to put California Sybil in because this is his second start back in Class 4. He is a winner in Class 3, so he's more than capable. And I thought it was a good run from California Sybil. So Treasure goes in as well. Look, as you say, he's improving all the time. So both these two horses are good chances.
Ticks for both of them. And finally, Cosmo Navigator running second, and Super Axiom leads for home here. Hasn't been with Michael Cheng too long, Cosmo Navigator. This is the best from the new barn.
Yeah, look, I don't mind this horse. He's had a lot of issues. If you look at his vet record, he's on a first-name basis with the vets. He's had a couple of lameness issues and has run, sort of pulled up lame the next morning. Everything seems to be going really well with this horse at the moment, and I like the way he strode out at the end. So, look, I think he's a big chance of this.
Where is he in your selections?
I'm going to put him on top. I think he can, from a low draw, he can sit behind all his pace and get the race run to suit. Fairy Horse now, as I said, I made him the long shot last time, ran well. I think he can run well once again. But look, I'm looking forward to this horse stepping up in trip at some stage. So Treasure and California Sybil, 9, 10, 7 and 2.
Cosmo Navigator, first leg of the 6 up goes the way of horse number 9. Trophy race is race number 5, the Cricket Club Valley Stakes. Surely the trophy's a set of stumps. It's a Class 4 over the 1,650 metres. A 6th generation is a 3-time course and distance winner. Daring Pursuit, every chance last start at Shah 10. Fighting Machine draws a gate. Satanta goes up 5 for that last start win. Tegepi has the blinkers off. A Sight Supreme cannot draw a barrier at his last 2. He's out in 12 again. Can't Go Wong's racing well, and Harry's Hero has the hood off. And the earplugs going on for the first time. Sight Supreme will have the pace to lead from 12, you think, Paul?
Well, this is a bit of a guess-up, to be honest with you, because there's no leader at all. None of these horses like to go forward. Look, the thing with Sight Supreme is he's going from 12 to 1650, and he's jumped well in both his 2 starts. He was wide last time, so I just thought they might be positive with him and try and get across to the lead. Can't Go Wong can be a little bit handier. Super Eagle's the alternative leader, but he doesn't lead but sits forward. And Fighting Machine from barrier 2. I think he's gone back in all his runs from a wide draw, so he's going to be a bit closer in the run.
We'll see Fighting Machine shortly. Our first replay, though, features Satanta. This was an almighty win. He was near enough to last, still at the 250. Churumore couldn't back the win up from 2 starts ago, but he did make some minor inroads down on the rail. Yeah,
just a one-time winner, but he's been placed numerous times, has Churumore. It was a huge win from Satanta here down the outside. It's whether he can go back-to-back. He's only a 3-time winner now from his 34 starts. He's drawn barrier 3, which... so he'll still get back, I think, but it was a really nice win from him. So if he can put 2 together, then he's definitely a chance.
Here is a Fighting Machine. Last 2 starts have been over 1650. As you said during the speed map, he has had wide gates. He draws beautifully this weekend too. Harry's Hero's gone a fleeting good race, but not too much sense.
No. So look, Fighting Machine, I think, is a big chance in this contest. He's drawn, as we say, 2. He'll be slightly closer in the run, I think. And I like the way he's finishing off his races. So he's just the one-time winner from his 6 starts. That was over 1,400 metres at Shards Inn, but has gone some good runs here at Happy Valley.
Zach Purton, another ride for Pierre Ong there on Fighting Machine after he rides a Billionaire's Secret for the stable earlier. Sixth Generation went close last time, and this is the race won by Atomic Beauty, who keeps racing well. He does have to give weight away. He does have the 135 on his back again.
Yeah, that's just a little concern with him. I like Can't Go Wong's run in this. You can see him, he was sort of slightly held up, but he finished off strongly as well. He's drawn nicely in barrier 1, so there might be a little bit more positive with him as well, Can't Go Wong. And he didn't get much of a gap there, and he stayed on really nicely, so he definitely goes in.
And to show how consistent that Can't Go Wong has been racing, he's in our next replay also, and he's also finishing amongst the money here. He ends up running in 4th behind as they turn for home. The winner of this race was Forever Glorious in the pink blinkers, who's been racing well himself. So Can't Go Wong right of screen. Casapapa runs on, next time written all over him, and he's run on into 3rd here.
Yeah, exactly. And look, he barrier 11, he's going to go back again. I thought he had every opportunity here, Casapapa. He almost hit the front there, didn't he, with about 200 to go, but Forever Glorious fought on nicely. Again, a nice run once again from Can't Go Wong, and, you know, it was a 4-way go in the end, but yeah, Casapapa, does he want to win? That's the query.
He's gonna, isn't he? Gonna win next time. As we look at the track work around Sight Supreme, and you're going to make a case for him.
Well, look, I just think if they are positive on him, he's gone from 1200 up to the 1650, which I think looks good. He's by more than ready, this horse. It's just a barrier 12. So, as such, Zach Purton's ridden him in his last couple of rides, and Antoine Hamlin will take over. Zach's riding Fighting Machine, so I'm not sure about engagement-wise for him, but as such, might get a bit of he will get a better price with him.
A chance on Sight Supreme for you then?
Yeah, so we'll make him the long shot. I think that 1650 is the ideal scenario for him. Can't Go Wong should get a nice run along with Fighting Machine, and Super Eagle won't be far away. 8, 9, 3 and 12.
8, 9, 3, 12 for Paul in the first leg of Wednesday night's Triple Trio. And race number 6 now. We've got our last winner, the more than likely short price favourite in this race when we get to start time, and that is Sky Trust, horse number 3. Hugh Bowman takes the ride with an extra £7 on his back for the win over Ariel at Sha Tin last time. Atomic Beauty, Brenton Abdullah's got a good record on him. Super Baby's a 2-time course and distance winner. Matsu Victor goes up in distance for the first time. Sturdy Ruby has placed 6 from 10 this course and distance, and Northern Beast has finished top 3 out of 4 starts over the 1650. Gallant Crown, Super Baby, couple of noted go-forward horses here, Paul.
Yeah, so they should set up a decent tempo here. Sturdy Ruby from barrier 1 will get a lovely run. Atomic Beauty is never far away. Conti, Northern Beast, look, Moses will be happy here, 2 by 2, and Sky Trust will be the likely favourite, should sort of sit about midfield, I think.
Moses or Noah?
Noah, wasn't it? What did I say, Moses?
Moses.
No, Noah, sorry. Wasn't Moses' ark, was it?
Back to Bible studies for you. Here's Hugh Bowman to talk about Sky Trust.
Hugh, Sky Trust is a ride for you on Wednesday night. Still a relatively lightly raced horse, but good to see him get his head in front last time at Sha Tin.
Yes, he was racing well up until that recent victory, and won with a bit of authority, but you know, Casper's got a good association with Happy Valley, as we know, and he's sort of moved him there up in trip, so it's just important that he relaxes a bit, so I'll be mindful of that. He did want to get a bit keen mid-race last start at Sha Tin, so you'd probably expect a bit more tempo, although we're up in trip. Happy Valley can create a bit more speed, generally speaking, so if that happens, it'll certainly assist him.
From a rider's perspective, I mean, you say going to the valley, the tight sort of turns there, would that just help you get a horse to settle, perhaps?
Well, it's got more to do with the speed, so I've got to manage it well. I've got to keep up with the speed, but in the same token, not sort of ask him to get going before I'm ready. So, yeah, it's certainly a different atmosphere, and it tends to be a bit of a rush early on, especially from the 1200 and the 1650, which we're racing over. So, look, he's drawn in the middle of the pack, so we'll just find a position somewhere behind the leaders, and yeah, with consistent pace, he should have a really good turn of foot.
And I guess that you sort of hit the nail on the head there, because the turn of foot he showed last time was quite impressive, given that he was that bit keen. You came down more the middle. Was that by design at all, or was that just the way it played out?
Well, because he was travelling keen, I didn't want to sort of move into the race when I was ready. I was really holding on to him. So when I pressed the button,
I did it pretty swiftly, and he wanted to run out a little bit, but, you know, it wasn't sort of by design. It was just, I was out there, so I just stayed there. But, look, it'll be interesting. You know, he's still learning. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. He's not the ready-made article yet, but he's got some talent, and if he gets in a good rhythm, he'll win.
Yeah, obviously you mentioned he is trained by Casper Fownes, as we know, is very much the king of the valley. No trials here. I guess if you can draw any sort of comparison to you as to what a valley horse might feel like, is this guy one of them possibly, do you think?
Well, I think so, because he's very good on his feet, and yeah, have to be able to adapt and turn, as you pointed out. So, yeah, I think it's more to do with just getting into that racing rhythm. He'll have no trouble with the corners, because he's a very well-balanced horse. So, just hopefully we'll get a nice run.
That is Hugh, Paul. This is Iken's last start, second, coming up on screen right now. Super Baby didn't go a bad race here. Iken certainly improved at his last two and was a winner 2 starts ago, followed by this second. Fortune Cookies should have picked another cookie out of the jar.
Yeah, I'd say so. I wouldn't like to read that one. But the thing with Iken, he's drawn 9. I just think he's going to be a little bit further back than he would like. He did finish off this race really strongly, though. So, look, I think he's got a good turn of foot and almost got there last time. So, another one that was on the cusp for me.
Atomic Beauty continues to hold his form quite well. He ran second in this replay here. He was going to beat Satirical Fan everywhere up the straight and then just couldn't get past him.
Yeah, that's true. Look, he had every opportunity to win, didn't he? Look, I'm going to put him in as well, but I thought he should have gone away and won this race. But look, that Satirical Fan, who was a big price, he just kept kicking and kicking, didn't he, on the inside? So he just looked a little bit one-paced at the end, did Atomic Beauty.
So close, getting there everywhere, but the post came up a little bit too quickly. Does Sky Trust win again?
I think so. Up to 1650 metres looks absolutely ideal for Sky Trust. And look, he's by So You Think. I'm going to put him on top. I'm going to put Sturdy Ruby in as a Quinella horse. He's got the inside draw. He's got a perfect run. Now, this one is going to be 50 to 1, I think, which is an amazing award. He's run over the 1400 metres on debut and didn't do too much. I like this track work. He really caught the eye. I looked at it twice when I saw him. So up to 1650 from barrier 4. I wanted to give him a chance at a massive price, and then Atomic Beauty in there for 4th. 3, 9, 5 and 4.
Likely favourite Sky Trust to win, but keep an eye on a roughie in that race for Paul. Amazing award. First of the Class 3 races is race number 7. Good field here, Fran Tank. He is a horse coming to Happy Valley for just the 4th time in his career. Gallant waking back in trip from the 1800 to the 1650. Lavero goes up £8 for his last start win. Lean Hero hasn't raced since March. He had blood in the trachea and made an abnormal breathing noise last time. That's why he's been off the scene. Beato's had a couple of trials since his last start. Galvanic's a last start winner on the all-weather. And Chain of Gold, lightweight again and unlucky when we last saw him. Friend Tank led up in the trial, Paul. He likes to go forward and he'll do so on race nights.
Yeah, I think he will. They'll leave him alone. He can set up some pretty quick sectionals, can Friend Tank. Lavero likes to go forward. 18 Palms likes to go forward, but it's got that pace underneath him. Zoom Boom, another one, likes to go forward. He'll just need to get some luck. I thought Helene Warrior can get a nice run along with Rocket Spade, Chain of Gold. And Beato, we know he goes back.
Our first replay is the win of Lavero, who has really been loving racing around Happy Valley most of the season. He did disappoint there 2 starts ago, bounce back straight away here. Zoom Boom, 4th covered ground and stuck on, and Chain of Gold, you were keen on him this night, Paul, and he doesn't get a whole lot of luck in the home straight.
No, he doesn't. Look, the horse has sort of leaned on him a little bit, and he sort of was looking for that run that didn't really come. He came back to get the sort of the run in the middle, and then the gap was closing there. You can see him. He couldn't quite get through. But look, he finished a good close-up 5th, so I'll stick with him. Lavero was brave. You can't take that away from him. He was attacked all the way down the straight and held on nicely.
And he does have Angus Chung on board. Barrier number 8 for Lavero this week. Off to the all-weather now with a win for Galvanic last time. He's down there on the rail as they head for home here. He comes into Class 3 for the first time. He beat Starship 80 in this race, and there's been a winner or two come out of this. What about him coming into Class 3? Yeah,
that was the query from a wide draw. Now, he'll get the claim, so he's going to get his opportunity with the light weight. But look, he was stopping here, wasn't he? These horses almost caught him, so I'm not so sure about this grade for him.
I'll be the same colours on Rocket Spade, who's in our next replay. He is yet to win in 22 starts. He has run 6 placings. The other horse in this replay, Paul, Helene Warrior, he runs 4th. He's only had the 4 starts and he's finished 4th in his last 2.
Yeah, this is up against a good horse here in Voyage Bubble, wasn't it? And Voyage Warrior, isn't it? Voyage
Samurai.
Samurai. I knew it wasn't Bubble. I'd said that wrong, but yeah, Voyage Samurai, and you can see him taking off and winning really nicely. I like the way Rocket Spade finished off along the inside there, and his best runs have been at Happy Valley. And as you say, Helene Warrior wasn't too far away. So Voyage Samurai is a horse that is going places.
It is the same colours as the Bubble, of course, is Voyage Samurai. Fran Teng's been back too at Chung Fa. He led for a long way in this trial. He was run down late, but he certainly wasn't pushed out to try and go with Absolute Sunshine, who you'll see the rider lose the whip halfway down the straight and he'll go flying out the side of the television screen.
There we go. I mean, we can catch it here for you. But that was a really nice trial here from Fran Teng. Now, Fran Teng, look, it's been suited to be on the pace at Happy Valley this season as well. So he's going to be in the right position. He's a horse going well at the moment. There it is. We'll just caught the whip. But I'm going to include Fran Teng from barrier 1 because he won't have to work to get there.
All right, so who are you pointing that whip that you've caught at in race number 7?
Going to stick with Chain of Gold. We'll see if he can get that win. He was a little bit unlucky, as we saw last time. Helene Warrior, Fran Teng and Rocket Spade. We've covered all these horses nicely. 11, 10, 1 and 6.
Paul sticking with Chain of Gold to have a slightly more lucky trip than last time and win race number 7. Race number 8, the first division of the Violet Hill Handicap, and Kaholo Angel top of the book to £133, so he's plus 13 on last start. First run for Watch Buddy since the 13th of March. He put up lame after that race. Happy Fat Cat cheek pieces go back on. Righteous Arian comes up in grade after winning in Class 4 last time. Joy Coming has placed once in this class from just a handful of outings, and Telecom Speed is also coming up in grade, with Kairos Dragon having placed his last 2. Happy Fat Cat Paul, the leader here over Youthful Spirits, who has a much better draw as he goes to the 1200 for the first time.
Yeah, look, Happy Fat Cat's missed the start in the past, but he's normally a reliable leader, and I think he can get to the front. Ladies' Choice is coming here to for the first time, but is an on-pace runner. Joy Coming. Active Faith normally pings out of the gates really easily, so he should get himself into a nice position. Telecom Speed will need some cover. Look, Kaholo Angel from the wide draw, last couple of starts he's got back and run on well, as has Righteous Arian.
We'll have more from Paul in just a moment. Firstly, though, it's Nick with Alexi Bedell, re Kairos Dragon.
Alexi, Kairos Dragon, one of your rides on Wednesday night. He's also at the bottom end of the weights here, but he continues to race well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he seems to be in good form. I think his handicap mark is pretty good. He definitely improved recently, so I think he should run well from a good gate.
He's only still relatively lightly raced, and I guess he's just sort of slowly getting there, isn't he, really, without doing anything sort of extraordinary. But his form certainly ties in with some of the best in this.
Yeah, he's still fresh for this season, I think, and he's a tiny horse. He's not a big horse, so I think the bottom weight in Class 3 is a good thing for him. Anyway, he's in good form. I don't think the track will suit him, wherever it's raining or not, and he's in good form.
He's drawn gate too. I know he doesn't necessarily sit super close to the pace, but always good to have a nice low draw.
Yeah, that's a lot easier. You know, I don't have to worry about many things. Just follow the rail and see if I can finish strong.
He looks a rock solid chance. Just going back to the weekend, must ask you about Flying Ace. That was a really good run in defeat from him.
Yeah, very good race. He's a lovely horse. He's had a great season. So he's beaten by a good horse, obviously, and yeah, I hope he's still got the ability to win at that level. Yeah, he's a nice horse. I was grateful.
Just a word on your season, Alexi. I think just recently got to the 36, I think it was, so you've surpassed last year's tally. We haven't got too much longer left of the campaign. How do you sort of view your season currently?
It was a good season overall. Like, there was clearly some highlights, and last season was obviously difficult with my fall, and this season is very competitive. But I'm grateful for the support, and I think things are going well. So try to keep up.
Maybe 40 by the end of the season. I suppose that's a realistic target, isn't it, really?
Oh, that could be great. I've got good rides coming up, but you know, it's not only up to me sometimes. towards the end of the season, whether the horses needs to stay fresh, and we'll find out.
We move on from Alexi Paul now to Kaholo Angel, winning 2 starts ago. And Casper's been claiming with him his last number of rides. Ellis Wong's been on board. Goes out to barrier number 12. He won from gate 8 and then ran 4th from barrier number 11. Hugh Bowman on board this week, senior rider, thus a lot of extra weights.
Yeah, look, but he has got the service of Hugh. Look, he won this race really easy. I don't think the apprentice didn't make too much difference. And with Hugh aboard, like he's going to watch the race and fold him in front. He's going to get back. He's going to run on really strongly. So look, I think he's going to get his opportunity. Joy Cumming, he's drawn barrier 7. I know it doesn't sound bad on paper, but there is a lot of pace underneath him, and he could be in for a tricky run.
He's one of those pacey runners in Ladies' Choice who's racing very well. That's full credit in front of him. He has form behind Solid Impact, who's been racing well. Hasten Delight, and he ran 3rd beat in the neck behind Kaying Rising 5 starts ago.
Really strong form races. Now, he's a victim of his own success because his winning rating was off in the 50s, 53, and he's up to a 68 rating now. But look, he's so consistent. He keeps running seconds. Look, he comes here for the first time at Happy Valley from barrier number 4. The way he races, I just think this course is going to really suit him. So, look, I think he can win this.
He's a ride for Karis Teaton, who has a birthday the day prior to a Happy Valley meeting. Also, the Class 4 horses, Telecom Speed and Righteous Arian, coming back up in grade. Telecom Speed's been doing a good job with some tough trips lately. Righteous Arian wins this and has won a trial following this.
This was an enormous win because they didn't go fast in this race whatsoever. He threaded his way through the field and won really well. We always see this horse finishing off strongly. He'll need a bit of luck. He should get the pace in the race, Righteous Arian. So I think he's a chance. He definitely goes in. Telecom Speed comes up in grade without winning, and that's a little bit of a worry for me.
It's one of your no-nos, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit.
Yeah. All right. Who wins race 8?
Well, I'm going to go with this horse here, which is the 3, Ladies' Choice. I think he can win. He's on top to beat Righteous Arian. Now, Youthful Spirits, haven't spoken about him. He's drawn nicely in barrier 1. He should get a perfect run behind the pace, and Kaholo Angel from the back. 3, 6, 5, 1.
Paul with Ladies' Choice to make it a winning debut at Happy Valley for the Connections. Final race, race number 9, and it's another Class 3 over the 1200 with Sugar up in trip from the 1000 last time. Wings of War is a last start winner. He has an extra 11 pounds on his back. Better draw for Americ to Spexo. Excellent Piers not seen since being scratched on the 21st of April with a lame at right 4. Mega Bonus up in grade, 1 in Class 4 last time. We've got Kaying Cheer with the visor going back on. And Exuberant is a 3-time course and distance winner. California Touch. Paul, he's been drawing low gates of 1-2-1 leading from barrier number 7. Still has that early pace to get across, do you think?
I think he does. I think, look, they've shown that he runs his best races when he's in front. He's going to have to work a bit because Super Fortune likes to go forward and he's got pace. Kaying Chair likes to go forward. Mega Bonus is drawn the outside. He likes to go forward. Sugar's been going forward in his races but drawn wide, so he'll be looking for a bit of cover. Which means I think it could be easily suited, some of these horses at the back. Everyone will get their chance.
And one of those horses is Wings of War. Nick talking to his rider now, Harry Bentley.
Harry, Wings of War, he must have been extremely pleased to get his head in front last time out. He's been knocking on the door and good to see him finally win.
Yeah, that's right. He'd been promising to win soon, so it was great to get his head in front finally, and yeah, it was a good win.
Prior to winning, of course, he'd been running seconds, thirds, and he was close up. I mean, he hadn't necessarily done anything wrong, had he, really? I mean, he was in good competitive races, and he was always going close, just struggling to get that win.
That's right, Nick. To be honest, he had been running some really good races, and just been bumping into one each time, whether it be a well-handicapped horse or a horse with a big claim off its back, so through no fault of his own. But he showed what he could do the last time.
We know he's a decent horse on form overseas, and obviously some of that form here, they've put him up to a mark of 75. It does get that bit tougher, but is he the type of horse, Harry, do you think now that he's got his head in front, there might still be that bit more to come from him?
Quite possibly. He might just gain a bit of confidence from getting his head in front, and there should be more to come from him. I've always liked him. He's a horse that feels like he's got a lot of ability, and I think the mark he's off now is still competitive.
He's boxed in gate 2 as well, so probably a decent enough place to be with a horse like him in his running style.
That's right. I couldn't be happier with where he is. I imagine we'll just get a box seat and let
let him travel where he's happy.
Horses against him this time around, got the likes of Joyful Hunter coming back to Happy Valley. I guess you'd maybe see him as a bit of a danger.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's naturally going to be a competitive race. He'd be one of the ones I'd be slightly worried about, but yeah, with my draw and the way I think the race will set up, my horse is the one to beat, I think.
That is Harry Bentley talking Wings of War. Sugar's always doing a great job around the 1200 at Happy Valley. Paul, here he is running 6th over the 1,000 metres, so the extra distance is a bonus. The wide draw is possibly not, though.
Yeah, that's just the thing with him. He got that perfect run through on the inside, so the wide draw puts me off. And Super Fortune, I prefer to see him at Sha Tin. I think he runs his best races at Sha Tin, Super Fortune. He does like to sort of dictate, get his own way. But look, Sugar wasn't too far away here behind the impressive debutant there, Midori Glory.
It was just betting Beauty Waves. A couple of blazers going to the line together there. Ka Ying Chia, always been a nice horse. He's still only lightly raced, 7 starts, only won 1, but he's placed 4 times. Alexia Bedell rides him for Pierre Rung.
Yeah, I think he's one of the main dangers in this race. But there is a lot of pace, and he can sit just off the pace or on the pace. He ran into a good one here in co-partner Prance, who's won his last 4 now and been racing at Sha Tin on the weekend. So, look, it was a nice run from him. He just sort of ran nice third there, but I think he can definitely feature.
We have 4 in the final replay, including the possible leader in the race on the speed map, and he is leading up here, California Touch. Can he continue on his consistent form?
Put him on a place line, California Touch, because he has been racing really well. And they sort of found the key to him is to get to the front and try and dictate. And you can see he was still, still in front here in this particular race. He's another one that ran into co-partner Prance, who features in a few of our interviews. Look, always running on strongly is Turmeric to Spexo, and I'm going to include him on a minor line as well.
Maybe the most interesting runner all meeting is this one, Joyful Hunter. Always looked above average, really good record at Happy Valley. He's won 2 from 3. Haven't seen him for a little while. This is his last trial up at Chung Fa.
Yeah, he's had issues, this horse. He's just had some throat surgery. He's had a couple of starts, a couple of trials since then, and he does strip really quite fit. He's dropped 14 pounds from his last race day start as well. So they have piled the work into him, and you can see him, he wasn't let go here at all. And we know he's got a really good turn of foot on him. He likes Happy Valley. So, look, you need to take him with a bit of, with a health warning as such, with a pinch of salt, because he has had those issues. But if he's over them, and I think he is, we know he's a good horse.
So we'll take the pinch of salt on him and leave out the sugar.
Exactly right. They've done the salt rather than the sugar. So we'll go that way with him. Joyful Hunter. So he's on top to beat Ka Ying Chia, California Touch, and Americ to Spexo. 3, 11, 6 and 4.
There it is. That is the preview for Happy Valley on Wednesday night. 9 races on the A course, and the first jumps at 6:40 Hong Kong time.